You just press play on the newest episode of College Speaks. In today's episode, Star, Gray, Shy, and myself all talk about politics. Do we feel comfortable discussing politics in class? Is this generation more politically active or just more politically vocal? We might mention the newest season of Euphoria once or twice. All that and then some more on this episode of College Speaks. And don't forget to leave us a review on Spotify.
This is Star Posner,
Grayson, Melner,
Shyla, Cowboy,
Noah Ramirez, and you're listening to College Speaks. Oh, we're already recording. Welcome back, Shy.
Yeah, hi.
How are you been?
I've been good, getting ready for finals, dealing with RA stuff, and there was something else. Yeah. Ooh, I have a question. Would you spend $50,000 on floral arrements?
We're
for
not
a
doing
wedding?
this. No. Not the Euphoria, no.
No, for me, no.
No.
Depends on the flowers.
What if
how much are you spending on the wedding total if you're only
it's
spending $50,000?
It's $50,000 for floral arrangements. If your bride to be was like, the floral arrangements I want cost $50,000, would you find a way to pay for that?
Then she's getting a dollar store cake.
I'm not doing Euphoria promo unless HBO gives me a check. So we have to move on. Would you do it? Would you pay $50,000 for floral arrangements?
No.
My dream
'Cause
wedding is
I
very
want
expensive.
a nice honeymoon. I really do. So I would go like cheaper on the wedding in order to have like a really extravagant
Courthouse wedding, big honeymoon.
I
Yeah.
think
That's where it's at.
like in my wedding binder, the only big spending is for my engagement and then my wedding. I haven't even.
Your engagement costs more than your wedding?
Probably. I want to get engaged to. My boyfriend knows all this. I want to get engaged to in Ithaca, Greece, because like Odysseus and Penelope, I feel like that's cute. And it's like an ocean. Ocean engagement. And then the wedding is like a big wedding. The honeymoon, I told him we can just go to Disney World. I'll be happy.
That's it?
I know.
Like,
Disney World?
2 weeks first off,
Not even Tokyo Disney?
no, like a Disney. I love Disney, so I
Go to
was
Tokyo Disney, bring Wes back one of those Duffy plushies.
like, I'm good with just like a theme park honeymoon. I don't need like the Bahama honeymoon.
Would you wear your
I don't
wedding
even
dress in
care.
Disneyland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Stun on people. I thought about having a Disney wedding, but no.
That would be cute. A photo of you eating a churro in your wedding dress.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute.
Go up to Tiana. Yeah, my dress is better than yours.
Oh, okay.
I have beef with Tiana from Disney because I tried to audition to be a cast member and they said I was too short. So
They do be doing that.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like alter the sizes for the costumes.
Yeah,
right?
they
you have to all be
don't-
the same.
they don't allow, like, you have to be like 5'8" and above to play a Disney princess. And I was like, this isn't fair.
And they give you, like, even for the men's roles, too, they specifically will...
Which one did you audition for?
I haven't auditioned for any
Yet?
specifically. But I know in those roles, like, literally, they'll limit it by, like, 6 inches. Of, like, if you're not in between 5'9" and 6'3", you're not getting
Which
it,
is
or,
crazy
like,
because you can
any
do
of
the
that.
accents, you can do everything. But as soon as they see you walk in and you're too short, they're like,
Also, they do that in the mascots, too.
Really?
Like, you'll be in a mascot, like, even if your face isn't shown and you're in something, you would think, like, you wouldn't size matter.
Disney be pinning pitching.
Yeah, I don't think whoever Disney's outsourcing to make their mascot costumes, they're like, can you make a big and tall Goofy costume?
You know
They're
what
like,
it
no,
is?
we're not doing
You
that.
know what it is? It's Disney politics.
Ooh.
Excellent segue.
Oh.
Is it an excellent segue? Leave us a review on Spotify and
Can
tell
Can we
us.
talk about just Disney politics?
Disney politics? No.
Did Mickey Mouse do it?
Did Mickey Mouse do it?
And you know what? I believe he did.
So great segue, Shy. Let's just say sure.
You're
Have
saying it.
you ever felt discouraged from speaking about politics in class?
Actually, no. I am anybody that knows me knows I'm very problematic on the politic front. Like, I think,
Problematic.
yeah, like my boyfriend's mom loves to tell people that, like, the minute they mention politics to make sure I'm not in the room, because I'll drag like a 2-second conversation into like 35 minutes. But because it's like, it's so fun to learn people's views, but I've gotten better. I control myself a little bit.
So you feel like you have to be controlled.
No, I fear sometimes I get a little bit too into it. Especially because like one of the things I hate is like when somebody has a stance on something but they don't know the facts. Like Jubilee things are my downfall.
Oh, the Jubilee videos, no.
I watch
like,
them.
Block that YouTube channel.
I watch them because like you gotta stay up to date. Like you gotta know, you gotta be able to like clap back quick when somebody has a thought.
Haters who watch every single daily post. That's the same kind of vibe. Right?
No, but I watch it for like the good people. Like, does that make sense? Like, the people who the group of Republicans are debating against, I watch it so, like, when I debate, I know the facts. Because they do, like, the fact-checking thing. And, like, I'd hate to be the person to be like, well, my stance on this is this because this. And then somebody pulls out their phone and they're like, well, actually. And I'm going to be like, oh, now I look stupid. So, you know, it's a good way to stay up on politics. Good way to see how, like, the non-vaccination people are feeling.
Gray, what about you?
I'm a white male in America. I keep my mouth shut. Respectfully, I sit in the back of my classroom and I listen because there ain't nothing that I can say right now,
so
especially in the last
you never
10
feel
years.
like you can speak like on politics.
It's not even that. It's more of just if I do, there's a lot more eggshells I feel like you have to be kind of aware of, especially depending on like, you know, location. As of I'm in now the south area of the U.S. compared to
This is
the
the
north.
South?
We're close enough to the border.
Oh, okay.
We're, like,
I thought we were talking in terms of like Georgia versus
no.
Vegas.
I
I got
didn't
a little
mean.
confused.
I didn't mean
You
we
mean
going
the Southwest.
south. Like
yeah. Okay.
we're
Southwest.
south.
Yeah.
But I mean that it's just a different like it's different communities, different everything. So it's I'm scared. I don't want to. I'm just like I listen first before I say a lot, and so that's where it's like.
So you
It's a lot
self-censor
more
a lot.
learning. Yeah.
That's fair.
Star, I know you out of everyone was like the most hesitant to speak on politics.
I am. And I feel like it's just because, I don't know if it's a generational thing. Like, I'm just really scared to say the wrong thing. And I know politics brings about like very like heated arguments and things. And I feel like in classes, anytime politics have gotten like brought up, it causes like heated debates. It's made me feel heated where I've had to leave classes before. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's discouraged, but I also think my classes that I happen to be in, no one talks about their opinions a lot, or no one just talks in general. Like a lot of the times the professors will ask like, does anyone have anything to say about this? And no one raises their hand. So I don't know if it's really discouraging or just like people are also scared to share their opinions. I don't know.
Were you guys raised in a household that was like, well, if you ever talk to somebody, don't talk about money, don't talk about politics, and don't talk about religion?
No. My mom is like very into, well, because my mom is retired Air Force. So like she was in Air Force for like 21 years and she joined in like the 90s. So like she was entrenched.
Was that hairspray or curlers? Oh, you said Air Force? I thought you said hair force.
No. Oh.
Okay.
I was like, where are you going with this right now?
So stupid.
I'm like, what?
Anyways.
This should be a video podcast. Shy's face was so funny.
Oh my god.
Like, what? Is this a hairspray reference?
I know. I thought so too.
So
stupid.
confused.
Anyways, yeah, so she was like entrenched into like politics, especially like when Obama was getting elected. She was still in the Air Force and everything. So when I was growing up, she was very much like if somebody doesn't agree with your political views, who cares? Yeah, literally, like, who cares? Don't like stop talking about it. And then like the type of household, like, we were just a very politically in-depth household. Like, she voted every single time. She made sure to know who was on midterms. After Trump got elected in 2016, I was forced to watch the news like 24/7 every day. She used to get into like arguments with her friends, so I feel like I get it from her, but I'm a lot less toned down. Like, I'm friends with a lot of like conservatives, Republicans, because like a part of me doesn't care. Like, your views are your views are your views, as long as it doesn't like entrench upon our friendship. I don't care.
Great. Did you grow up around political talk a lot?
I mean, I was kind of forced into it. I felt like, honestly, a lot of the news or anything that I received would come from my school when I was younger, and it would come off very whitewashed, especially in Minneapolis, all of the history we had with the Black Lives Matter movement over the last, 10, 15 years with Fernando Castile, George Floyd, going all the way through that. Seeing that firsthand and seeing that 4 miles from my house was something that was so huge, and it kind of forces you to look at what's happening and be like, what's going on? But it was for my parents. They wanted to really promote, doing what you believe in, but doing it safe and trying to find the balance, which I feel like for me, it ended up turning into what I was kind of talking about earlier, that sitting back and just listening kind of more of, and makes me more hesitant. But I would say like I was still in a pretty politic heavy, but my parents were both very blue. And so, I mean, I always kind of we were the 5 o'clock news watchers, not the all day, just the 5 o'clock.
They were blue because like it rained a lot, or
yeah,
it was cloudy.
No, you have to stop this.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Anyways,
you got to stop this.
Did you grow up in a household that was politic heavy or anything on that end?
I definitely did grow up in a more conservative household, and then as I got older, me and my brother are like the black sheep in regards to like what we believe in to everybody else. So that's kind of weird to see like the dissonance of our beliefs now that I'm nearing 30 next
Family
month.
reunions must be fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
So definitely like it's something that I do now where I kind of just let everybody talk and I don't anymore put my 2 cents in. Yeah. It's whatever. Like we can eat this mac and cheese and move on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to start a fight with anybody anymore. Do you feel like your political views have changed since starting college, or have they become stronger? Mine have definitely became stronger. Like I said, I was raised in a conservative household, but I always leaned more Democratic. And as I entered college, I was getting more education. It's very funny to be like you go to college and you become like this blue-haired liberal, and I've done everything except dye my hair. So, I'm here to learn.
Still got a month.
Yeah, I still got a month. I was actually thinking about doing that for graduation.
Oh my God, I called it.
I kind of want to do green. I don't know.
Ooh,
like full highlighter
like
green.
Green on
You should
red?
do it.
You want to be a Christmas tree?
Oh,
Or Joker.
That's a good point. Have you seen the clown that walks around campus? Like sometimes he has bright green hair. The Scarlet and Gray interviewed him, and I think he was interviewed on KUNV once. He's a super nice guy.
Wait, he dress up as a clown?
Yeah, he does like a full face of like a white face of like.
And he goes to class like that?
I think he graduates this semester too. He's in the film.
No.
Yeah,
You know what?
the
Power
film.
to him. Power to him.
He was one
period.
of my faves.
I can't. His name is like escaping my brain right now. But shout out to you if you're listening.
Danhausen.
Yeah, that's his name.
Is
No,
it?
no. I don't know if Wes gets that one back there, so we'll see.
Now that you said that does evoke a Christmas tree, and I'm definitely not going to do green. I'm glad to say that I'm always learning, even when I graduate. In regards to politics especially, that is something that you'll carry with you everywhere. Politics is important. I don't really vibe with people that say, I'm not political. You should be political. You should have an idea of what's going on. You should, even if I don't agree with it, as long as you have some frame of reference and you can explain it to me, like it makes sense to you and you can explain it to me. It doesn't have to make sense to me. It has to make sense to you. So long as you're convicted in what you believe in, I can much more appreciate that. Maybe not appreciate it. I can respect it a lot more. I was like, okay, that's your point of view. You obviously understand what you're talking about. I don't agree with you, but we can move on.
That's relatable. I will say not any like radical conservative opinions, but there have been times where like I've seen a Republican opinion and I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but you're not looking at how that'll affect everybody. And I feel like that's the big issue that a lot of people have when it comes to political views, is that like it's easy to say like, well, I want this policy because this policy will help the community that I'm within. But then when you look at like, okay, but how is that going to affect everybody else? Like the whole SNAP benefits getting cut. Like I always tell people, especially because I'm big into history, my A-Push class always made us look at the national debt website, and it'll show you like literally in time how much money the U.S. is spending. And
or how long we're in a shutdown. My favorite thing was watching that counter go up. Oh my God.
Yeah,
so
like, so it'll show you that. So like SNAP benefits, people are like, well, we are spending a lot of tax money, all that. But as somebody who has family that has SNAP benefits, I'm like, okay, you take those away. It's not just like unemployed people using SNAP benefits. Like I have friends right now in college who have EBT cards because they can't afford groceries.
I've worked with people who don't make enough money at the job we both work at.
Yeah.
And they're on SNAP. Yeah.
I just applied last night for them. So I was like, on one hand, it's
and there's no
easy.
shame.
Yeah, there's no shame.
I want to make that
it.
clear. There's absolutely no shame with getting help from the government.
Yeah, and I think there was a shift.
Take their money.
Take their money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I grew up thinking like EBT was like this, oh, you don't have money type thing. But then when you get in that position, I think a lot of people in America were upset because they're like, we're spending our tax money and we're not using this, but like people actually need it. And I think that goes for any type of political policy that you see on social media. And I think people always forget, especially as people within journalism, like no matter what account you go to, each account is going to be biased in some way. Like it's not going to show you the full facts. And the only time you're going to get the full facts is if you take yourself onto the ussenate.gov website and you read through the bill that was just passed through the Senate floor and you educate yourself on it. But people don't want to do that because it's too much work.
Well, and the bills are even biased too.
Yeah, so it's kind of like if somebody
to that point, it's really intimidating to read.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it you don't understand.
And then you cherry pick, and I think that's the big thing is just people cherry picking over like what's going to help them in the long run. And I think like the whole point of government is not to cherry pick for what's going to help you. It's supposed to help everybody. But I don't think there's ever going to be a chance where like a government is truly going to want to help everybody, because then we wouldn't need political parties. It would just be like one big party and it'll be like we can help everybody. But yeah, if somebody comes up to you and they're like, I'm not political, I have no views, that's definitely a side eye because they're hiding something. Like I need to go through your TikTok reposts because you need to take a political quiz for me to see what party you lean towards.
Stars, did you vote in Trump versus Hillary? Okay, that was my first time voting.
Woo!
Yeah, I was in 5th grade.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Trump versus Hillary 2016. Did you vote in that election?
No, because I wasn't able to vote then.
You would have been able to vote then.
What do you mean, 2016?
Oh,
I was still
that's
only,
what,
right, okay.
yeah,
like
we're
15.
thinking
That was
like
the
Trump
okay.
versus Kamala.
That was the first time I voted.
That was the
2016.
first time in a presidential election that I was able to vote was the Trump versus Kamala.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first time I voted was in the Trump versus Hillary
Who'd you vote
election. I obviously voted for Trump. I'm just kidding. I voted for
I thought you were
Silence in the studio.
I voted for Hillary when she really swayed me with the I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids video. I think that changed a lot of minds.
Oh my God.
That didn't change enough minds, but it changed my mind. I said I've also
she
been
had
in
that
Cedar
popular
Rapids
vote that
yeah.
year.
I
She
feel
got the
like
pop
each
vote.
woman has, like, her and Kamala have gotten the popular vote. It's just the electorate. Especially when Kamala was running, I was kind of like, I knew she was going to lose.
They shot her in the foot, dude.
Yeah, they
Why are
waited
you
till like 2 months.
What's her book called? 104 Days?
Yeah, and then I was
Yeah.
like, I knew she was going to lose.
104 days of summer vacation.
It was really rough. Obviously, she wasn't going to win.
I still cried. I
felt
like
so
stayed up
bad.
late
That was
and then I still
scary.
cried, and I was like, it was seeing all, like, especially the day after when like TikTok edits were happening, everything like that, and it was seeing how everybody knew she was gonna lose, but like all of us had a little bit of hope that,
so that was my
just
question.
maybe she would have won.
So did you, Gray and Shy, were you able to vote in this last election? Or
Yeah.
were you still too young?
This last one
I
did.
was still too young. I was
legally
so upset
enrolled in the draft.
too. Yeah, I was still too young.
Sayonara.
I wanted to. Most of the people I knew, I feel like people were way more devastated with this one than with the Hillary one though, because like, we came to school the next day in like my senior year of high school, and there were girls like sobbing their eyes out. Like 2 of my teachers canceled class and we just sat around. A kid posted on Instagram because his family were all Trump supporters and he supported Trump, and he was like, stop sending me death threats. Like, and it was chaos personified. And then the one thing I always said was kind of just like, well, you know, my go-to point was always the video where they were like, well, a woman will immediately start a war, and then now look where we're at. And then,
Where are we at?
Yeah, like war. That's
When did that start? I don't watch the news.
a month ago.
I was like, dude, we can't keep this bit going with Noah just being out of the loop on everything.
But yeah, and it was like, I think had a little bit more of us turned 18 within that election, she possibly could have won. But then I also just think
That's a great. So we're on the same wavelength, right? You say what
Maybe.
you're gonna say.
well, I was gonna say Trump had the popular vote 18 through 25.
That's what. Yeah.
Because the thing is he went into this influencer mode where he's doing these podcasts with Logan Paul, the Nelk Boys,
The
all
manosphere
of this
definitely
stuff.
had a huge sway
Like,
in the last election.
It got so heavy. Like,
and
that's
this is a manosphere podcast.
That's the one thing I wish that like she would have had more Gen Z people on her social media team, so she could have gotten into like interviews, podcasts that like because if she would have got on like the Call Her Daddy podcast,
I thought
she
she did. She wasn't on the Joe Rogan one. Like Joe Rogan invited her, and she was like, "I'm not doing that."
Well, yeah,
and I don't think she should have.
Yeah.
When you're
they were
blue,
like,
you
"Oh,
can't
she
go
should have
red."
done it." I'm
Yeah.
like,
But then,
"Of course, you're not. She's not going to do that."
A
That's
part of
insane.
me was also just kind of like, if we're really being honest, America doesn't deserve her. I don't think America will be ready for, like, I feel like it'll take this presidency for America to finally be like, well, maybe we should get a woman in office, because like it's happened twice. I don't think America as a whole is ready for a woman in power, and they won't be for a while. But maybe after this pregnancy.
Oh.
Same thing.
Trump's pregnant. You heard it here first.
Maybe after this presidency, with all the drama and everything, you can hope that maybe they'll be like, okay, let's get a woman in office. But I don't
Do you
know.
think AOC is going to run?
Oh my, that would.
She might.
I think she could have a good chance.
She might.
She
I
has
don't
my
think
vote.
she'd win.
Really?
I don't think.
Do you want
she
Kamala to run
has-
again?
I would like Kamala to run again. If not Kamala, I know. If not Kamala, I just don't think AOC would win. I think she has too much against her, if that makes sense. Like some of her views,
get
some
that.
of her standpoints on certain issues, I feel like if she said it, Gen Z especially, like they'd just be pulling clips from things that she said, and I feel like she'd lose a lot of supporters before she even got started. Because I remember when she was really popular, and then there was like a scandal or something, and then she just like, I forgot she was even in Congress for like a whole year until she came back up. I know there's been rumors that like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah.
I'm just.
gonna run.
I don't think she's going to run. But Star, do you want to get back on the dance floor? Do you have anything to add?
No.
No.
No, I don't have any.
You were so sincere.
Are you taking Gray's standpoint? Kind of like, I'll sit back and listen.
Yes, honestly.
Do you think our generation is actually more politically active or just more vocal online?
Vocal.
Vocal.
So you think it's vocal without the necessary steps? The
Oh,
word of
100%.
the day is praxis.
The word of the day is selective outrage. Actually, I actually just got in an argument with a friend 2 days ago over this, because of one of her viewpoints, and I called her out because it was a crazy view. Basically, it was about like bigotry and humor on a comedic like upfront, because she was saying that like one of the comedians that I like personally, she was like, he's just not funny, and I was like, well, why? And then it's Dave Chappelle, if anybody knows who.
Oh,
Dave
come
Chappelle
on.
It's Dave Chappelle. And then her automatic viewpoint was, well, he punches down on other communities, so I don't think somebody like that could be funny. I understand that. Like, I totally get that. But she was also trying to make it seem like he was a bigot in everything he does. So I told her, I was like, well, he donates to a lot of, like, trans youth charities, like a lot of stuff he educates in the shows. And then it was a very biased conversation, I could tell, because I gave her other things and I was like, okay, so if that's bigotry humor, you like the Boondocks, but they're outwardly homophobic. And she was like, no, they have homophobia, yes, but they're not homophobic. And I was like, but you just said bigotry can't exist within humor. So it was a back and forth. And I told her, I was like, you're choosing things to be outraged about and to try to educate people on, but when it comes to actually like doing action stuff or educating yourself or researching, you're choosing not to. Like, you can post feminist views on your story all the time, but if I don't see a I voted sticker on your shirt when it comes time for midterms, your opinion doesn't really hold weight to me, because now it kind of seems like, well, everybody wants to be an activist, everybody wants to be an influencer, everybody wants to speak their views, but like, you're not doing anything. You're not going to debates, you're not educating yourself, you're not educating yourself on all standpoints of communities. You're kind of just like, I'm a feminist, but you're not taking action. And I think that's literally most of the Gen Z generation, is like, everybody wants to repost liberal views, everybody wants to repost this, but like, there's a reason why the Republicans have control over like the Senate floor and the Congress floor. It's because our generation talks a big talk, but nobody wants to go out and register to vote.
Gray, what do you think?
I mean, she summed that up pretty right. I forgot what the question was again.
Oh, like, do you think it's more vocally active or like active?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it don't matter. I mean, you see it from everything. And you see so much socially now coming from everyone when it comes to news feeds, people, all of this kind of stuff. And you have to be careful of the sources you're looking at because of that same thing. The bias is everywhere, you know. And a lot of people are just doing that talking, not knowing what they're talking about. And so you don't know if you're falsely getting misled, all of that stuff. There's so much misleading that can happen on the internet that unfortunately does happen. But of course, we use it for everything because it's our life.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier now to display where you stand on either side of the aisle, but it doesn't really mean much because unless you're putting action to your words, it doesn't mean anything.
Unless you make it mean it, yeah.
I think we had a great conversation. Well, I think three of us had a great conversation.
Star,
and Star was here.
Want to give input on that one?
On that one, I think a lot of people are vocal on Instagram. They post like stories and things, but I'm not sure if those people are actually out doing anything about the certain issues that they're reposting. And I don't know.
For College Speaks, this has been Noah Ramirez.
Grayson, Melner.
Shyla, Cowboy, voting your midterms, guys.
Sarah Posner.
Have a good one.
Watch Euphoria. Psych!
Hey everyone, this is Noah Ramirez from College Speaks. This is a message for college students across the country as we head into the upcoming midterm elections. You've probably heard a lot of noise lately. Different opinions, debates, headlines pulling you in every direction. But here's something simple that cuts through all of it. Your voice matters, and your vote is how you use it. Midterm elections might not always get the same attention as presidential races, but they have a direct impact on issues that affect your daily life. Things like tuition costs, student loans, job opportunities after graduation, and policies in your community. And here's the key point. This isn't about telling you what to think or who to support. Whether you lean left, right, somewhere in the between, or you're still figuring it all out, there's space for you in this process. It's your chance to take everything you're learning and turn it into action. So take a few minutes to get informed, know your options, make a plan, and when the time comes, show up and vote. Make your voice heard. Thanks for listening to the newest episode of College Speaks. Your support means everything. Check us out on Instagram at College Speaks Radio, or send us an email at collegespeaksradio@gmail.com.